BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. Tiger fans, welcome to another episode of Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. I am the Corey C. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast so you do not miss an episode. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, wherever you catch your podcast, we're there. So follow the show and tell every Tiger that you know. And I'm back with a special guest. Got another big man in the building, big man in the house. He's been waiting to come on. We put him on hold long enough. It's time for him to show his face. You want to hear his voice? Quay Davis. Finally, welcome to Tiger Talk with 1400 Club.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, man. My bad. Let me go ahead and start out. My bad. I know you've been wanting to come on the show, and I
Yeah,
promise you we get you on. So again, it's time. It's time, man. Let the fans meet you, learn about you, and just get to know you. So, how's everything going?
man, it's going great. Just grinding. I really love it out here, though, man. Really
Okay.
proud of my choice. Sure.
Okay. All right. We definitely want to talk about that, but let's talk about where you're from. Let's start from the beginning, man. They say everything's bigger in Texas. So I see
Yeah,
that's the case with you. So let's start with your size, your height and weight, since everything's bigger in Texas. Because when I first saw you, or first not in person, but just I first, heard about you and saw we were recruiting you, and I saw that size, I said, man, this got to be a typo. This guy can't be this big. So what's that height and weight?
as of now, I'm 6'8", about 352. Um,
Ooh,
yeah,
man. That's what's up. And did you play basketball also?
I did up into high school. Just
Okay.
focus on high school. I mean, football in high school.
Okay,
Yeah.
man, good stuff, good stuff. So in Texas, man, like we said, everything's bigger in Texas. I know over there, y'all take football seriously. I'm talking about high school football. That's a big deal. So
Yeah.
just tell us, man, how serious is it? How seriously do people take their high school football in Texas?
Man, you would think like the way the whole culture of it all, it was definitely a culture shock to me my freshman year. Like seeing like Friday nights.
Hmm.
It's just another thing, like another level of just playing. Like it's amazing out there.
And what level were you playing on in high school?
I played freshman football freshman year. I sat on my sophomore year because I had surgery, and then my junior and senior year I was on varsity.
Okay, and what classification? Like 5A, 6A?
6A D1.
Wow. So you went up against some stiff competition. Throw some names out there, some guys either you played with or played against that we may be familiar with, or even if we're not familiar with guys who just went on to play college or even NFL.
I played against the Quinn Ewers, Texas quarterback.
Okay.
I played with my guy Ethan. Well, you got my brother too. I played against a lot of 4 or 5 stars too.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Uh,
every week is definitely a battle though. So it's
mm,
not really no sweet competition in the 6A.
yep, yep, yep. And it's similar at Jackson State, man. We're crazy about some football over there. Have you noticed that already? I'm sure you have.
Yeah, man. It's crazy over here. Everybody love the football team.
So talk about that. When did you notice that, and how did you notice it?
Just walking through campus, like if somebody were to see you like an older person, they'd be like, "Oh, you play ball? Like what position you play?" They just make conversation. Definitely, the people around here are just amazing. They obviously care,
Mm-hmm.
just enough to check on you, so that basically put a smile on your face even for the long days.
Yep, yep. So when did Jackson State first come into the picture as far as recruiting?
I'll say early January.
Okay.
Coach Jo, he talked to me. Um, he just offered me on like I think it was the 12th, and I came on my visit the weekend of the 26th, and I just committed then,
Mm-hmm.
just because I loved it around here for sure.
Tell us about that visit, man. What was it? I love to ask that question to get the perspective.
When I first got here, like I was greeted very well by Coach TC. Coach TC actually looked me in my eyes and told me like, "You're going to be a Tiger this weekend."
Okay.
I was like, okay. Like the intensity of it was like definitely good. Coach Jo, he's always been the guy he was since he recruited me. He's been
Mm-hmm.
very upfront. Him and Coach Cece been very upfront, which I love. They definitely push me. But on my visit, they were letting me know like all the right things and what I needed to know, especially like educational wise and what are we gonna do like moving forward. So like I just loved it for there. Sure.
Mm-hmm. Who came on the visit with you?
It's me, my parents, and my siblings.
On that visit, did you leave knowing that you wanted to be at Jackson State? Was it during the visit or after where you decided?
Oh, definitely after the first day for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
How were your parents? How did they feel about that? Were they kind of on board, or were they saying, "Well, let's check out some other schools," or did they kind of feel the same? Did it take them a little bit while to kind of get on the same page with you?
We were at the other school the week before Alcorn,
You don't have to
so
say the name. We don't care about the
yeah.
name. But yeah, go ahead. Go
But
ahead.
we were at the other school. My mom definitely liked the other school, but when she
What?
got the yeah, but her favorite color is purple, so
Okay.
you know. But when she got here, she definitely like loved it as well too. Especially my dad. My dad wanted me to come here. He was waiting on Jackson State to come, but like my mom, that's all I need to hear is my mom. That's like
Absolutely.
that's the
Absolutely.
one. So
Mm.
soon my mom was like, yeah, she liked it. I was like, okay, this is what I wanted to go to.
Do you have a teammate or something commit to the other school or something like that?
Oh yeah,
Man, you didn't try to give him some better life advice, man.
man, he just had to do what he had to do, man.
All right. So when you obviously you came on your visit, was that your first time in Mississippi?
Actually, I lived in Mississippi. I lived in Ocean Springs growing up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. From do you remember what age? From what age to what age?
no, I was like younger,
Okay. So you don't have any recollection of living there. You don't really like remember it.
not too much, but I
Okay.
remember living here though.
Do you have family down there now or no?
My other brother, he lived in Ocean Springs.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. Being that you don't remember much from when you lived here, what was your first impression of Jackson, or what did you just kind of take away from the visit?
Um, just the soulfulness of the city, like
Hmm.
seeing all the murals on the walls when we were driving through the cities and
Yeah.
stuff. It was like, yeah, this is very cultural, and I really like
Yeah.
that.
That's a good point. Good point. Was it anything that surprised you about the city or the campus? Anything that you weren't expecting, or was pretty much what you would have thought it would be?
The campus was very modern. I was surprised. So
Okay.
like, especially, I mean, I didn't realize it was like downtown. So I was
Hmm.
like, okay, and that's the reason why I came as well. Like the modern feel
Hmm.
of it. I definitely was like, yeah, I like that. It was definitely my taste of what I
Hmm.
wanted.
All right. So when Coach Jo reached out to you, I think you said in January, and I started recruiting and offered you. Prior to that, were you familiar with Jackson State?
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Tell us what you knew or what made you familiar with Jackson State.
Um, Definitely prime.
Hmm.
Uh, the seeing like all the attention they brought to HBCU football, that's what
Hmm.
they got my attention for
Hmm.
HBCU football. Just for all the like the celebrities and all those guys just
Hmm.
putting in work to help build the HBCU football like attention. Like that definitely was nice. And the NFL
Hmm.
having like the combine and stuff for the HBCU
Yep.
guys is definitely got my attention.
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. Doing your recruitment, were there some other schools? You mentioned the two Mississippi SWAC schools, but there any other schools showing a lot of interest as well?
I had offers from Texas State, Sam Houston State.
Mm.
Um, I also had Grambling and some others.
So I want to talk about that Texas State. Obviously, that's on the schedule. I was going to ask you, as you look at that schedule, what game do you have circled, or what game are you looking forward to the most? Would you say that one, Texas State? Because that's what probably about 4 hours from you, from your hometown.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say Texas State and the FAMU. It's because
Okay.
I'm from Florida as well, so my
So you're
family get
from
a chance
hold
to
on,
see me
let's start
play.
over. Okay, so you from so where were you born? All right, let's do it this way. Where were you born?
Okay, I was born and raised in Florida.
Florida. What part of
Okay,
Florida?
I'm from the south
Okay.
south area, so Port St.
Okay.
Lucie, Florida.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then Mississippi.
I moved all over. My
So
parents
okay.
they was had us moving all over while my
Okay.
younger days. So yeah,
At what point did you get to Texas?
going into my eighth grade summer,
So when somebody says, "Hey man, where you from?" What do you say?
I say I'm from Florida because I got to rep Florida, but I say I live in Texas now. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. I'm confused, but as long as you got it, that's all. That's all. That's all that matters.
uh, See, a lot of people get confused when I say that.
Right. Right. All right. So man, what is it like being away from home? I would imagine it's your first time being away for an extended period of time.
Man, it was. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty easy just because I chose the right place.
Mm,
Like as soon as
great.
I got dropped off, I was like, I still felt like I was at home,
Wow.
even though I'm by myself. Like that's how I know I chose the right place. Like when my parents dropped me off, I went to my room. Right? It just felt like I was still at home.
Mm.
Yeah, I wasn't even homesick or nothing.
So you when you went to your room, you didn't shed one little tear? Come on now, you can be honest. Just a little small tear.
Yeah, I said a couple just because I had to leave my mama. I'm a
Yeah,
mama's
yeah,
boy, so yeah.
yeah, yeah, no doubt. Man, that's good. So as far as you said, feels at home. I would imagine with you and your recruiting class and just your teammates in general, you guys are really starting to gel and develop that camaraderie. Who would you say from their recruiting class have you become the tightest with?
My boy Stanley Cooks,
Okay,
the D
okay,
tackle.
another Florida boy. That would be that
Yeah,
Florida connection.
I'll say all the guys, all of us are very gelled together. The whole recruiting class, like
Mhm.
it feels like we've known each other forever. Like we don't treat each other no different than we treat each other.
Tell us about Stanley. We got to get him on the show. He's on the list, but give us something. Give us something, either interesting, funny, or embarrassing about him. Something where if he watches this, he's gonna be like, "Man, why you have to say that on the show?" Give me something.
This man Stan such a clown. Like you gonna see his outgoing personality when you get him on the show. Like he just be all over the place, man. He Stan's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
That's my dog for sure.
no doubt, no doubt. How's camp been? I know. First of all, when did you get enrolled?
May May 29th, I came on campus officially.
Okay, and how has camp been so far?
Camp's definitely been a grind. Just getting out there every day, going against the defense. We have the best defense in the swag, by the way. But
Mhm.
going against those guys every day is definitely a grind. Um, you just gotta be focused. So that's my main focus right now. Just being very attentive to detail
Mhm.
and getting used to the game speed of college football in general. So
Mhm. That's what I
yeah.
wanted to ask you as well. When you talk about getting used to the game speed, what has been probably the biggest adjustment so far? I know it's still early on. You haven't played in a real game. I know you had some scrimmages and things like that, but so far, what's been that biggest adjustment?
Just getting the play call and then running it the right way, and
Mhm.
especially going against people that are like older than you, stronger than you, of course. So that's definitely you gotta adjust to that. It's not going against somebody like the same age.
Yep.
Um, the game speed of the defense, like the way they fly around, you gotta make sure you making the right plays to put your body on somebody else's and get those guys blocked up front.
Speak on that a little bit more. What you just said about going against guys older than you, and I wouldn't say bigger than you, but older than you.
Yeah.
So, who was that guy? Give me a name where he was that welcome to college moment when you saw him for the first time, or went up against him for the first time, or saw him in the weight room where you were like, "Oh, okay, I'm in college now. This ain't high school anymore."
I'll definitely say either Doyle, Junior, or
Mhm.
we call him Juice, but
Yeah, yeah,
Juice
Reynolds.
number 95. Yeah, really. Those guys be flying around, so you gotta be on your P's and Q's when you go against those guys for sure.
Mhm. Yep, yep. And what veteran has stood out to you as a leader? Just a guy you can tell is stepping into that leadership role, whether it's you mentoring you personally or just a leader of the team in general.
I like to say Evan Henry and
Okay, okay.
Kirk Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. DJ,
Hmm.
Jason Brown as well.
Well,
I know
of
he's
course,
new
yeah,
around here, but
yeah,
he's definitely a big leader role around
yeah,
here.
yeah. Definitely got to have a QB as a leader as well. And then let's talk about that freshman class. Give me a guy who, give me one on offense and one on defense from the freshman class, not including yourself, because obviously you want to say yourself, but other than you, if you were a coach, based on what you've seen, because a lot of times when you talk about freshman transition to college, sometimes you have the red shirt, or it takes them a while to kind of adjust and be able to contribute. But who's that guy who if you were coach, you say these guys are ready to contribute right away on offense, defense. You put them out there game one.
I say offensive side. I say Isaiah Spencer. He's definitely he blends right in with all the other guys that's been here. So
Mhm.
I say him on the defensive side. Hmm, I had to go Stanley.
I knew you were gonna say your boy.
Yeah,
You guys say your boy. Absolutely.
yeah. So Stanley
Good
going to
stuff.
work.
Yep, yep, absolutely. All right, man. So, just tell us about you, the player, man. What are you? Who would you compare yourself to? What type of game do you have as well?
Um, I really I don't know who I compare my game to right now. I'm still like developing into like
Okay.
who I am, and especially on the college level. But I say I'm a player that has a high IQ of things, just to see them and just execute on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very patient player, so I like to see things out before like it actually happens, and then go
Mm-hmm.
full speed when it's time to go.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely turning into the player I want to be. But
Mm-hmm.
the person I look up to that's in the league right now is Trent Williams, just because
Okay.
like
All right.
the way he's like physical, and
Mm-hmm.
he's also that leader that guys look up to. So that's where I want to be at.
Right. Right. As you evaluate yourself and critique yourself, two-part question. One, what would you say would be the thing that you think you need to work on the most, need the most improvement? And if we were to ask Coach Jo, what would he say? And let's see if those two things are the same. So, what do you think you needed to work on the most, or what do you think you need to work on the most? And what would Coach Jo say, or what would he tell you, or what has he told you need to work on the most?
Definitely playing with pad level, staying lower against the lower defender guys around here, and my hand placement
Hmm.
and shooting my hands.
That's what you think, or that's what he's saying, or is it all the same?
It's all the same.
Okay. Talk about him and some conversations that you had with him. He's a guy for the next 3 to 5 years is going to be helping you and developing you and getting you to what I assume your ultimate goal is with most players is move on to the next level. So how comfortable are you? How confident in his ability to lead you and just your excitement level for being mentored by a guy like him?
Coach JL is definitely a strong character guy. He definitely keeps it real with you. He doesn't sugarcoat nothing, which I love. He definitely tells you the nitty and gritty of everything that you need to work on for sure. So I feel like that's gonna give me more than enough prepared to go to the league. That's my end goal, just to go to the league. But he definitely making me a better man off the field as well.
Hmm.
He's holding me accountable, make sure I do certain things like to make sure I'm in a better position to just be the better guy I can be.
Absolutely. And then when you talk about off the field, when you look towards life after football, what's that thing that you want to do and what's your major?
Right now, I'm a biology major, but I'm gonna have a focus on physical therapy. So I just want to like learn about the body, especially because I'm taking like a lot of tolls at a young age on my body. So I just want to know how to take care of it, make sure I'm good when I get to my older ages, so I'm not
Hmm.
hurting really bad.
Hmm.
So I definitely want to own a couple of physical therapy businesses as
Okay.
well. So getting into that side of things, my business side.
All right, good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Message for the fans. What would you like to say to them? They're all watching, listening right now, so I'll let them hear it.
Just be patient with us. We're definitely gonna not shock y'all because y'all expecting it, but
Hmm.
we still those guys, man. It's like go for a three-peat.
That's
Sure.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
And then how can they follow you on Instagram and Twitter? X. I guess
My
they call it X now.
X is crazy, but my Instagram is Quay Davis, QUAADAVISS. My Twitter is Quay Davis 7.
All right. There you have it. The big man, Quay Davis. Welcome to Jackson State. Hey, man, we wish you the absolute best. Go Tigers. Guard the yard.
Appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
All right. Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club is presented by BetOnline.